This is live from Tacoma, Washington. Metaphysical Meltdown, everybody. Please, would you do me a favor and share this, like it, and go to YouTube and get on there with me, would you? Would you subscribe? I sure would appreciate it. So I am so lucky today to be interviewing and just having a conversation with my friend Pam Drinnon. She is so many things, and I'm going to have her explain all the things that she is. So I'm so happy to welcome you, Pam. Tell us about you.
Wow. Every time I start to tell somebody about what I do, I get this little voice that said, tell them about us first. And so I work with angels, and I help connect people up with their angel when I'm doing my readings. Only in that I tune in to their subconscious, which is connected to the superconscious, and that way I can get messages for them. And I do kinesiology. I muscle test. It's called the power reflex method. I teach people how to do it. When I first started, like you said, I do so many things. When I first started muscle testing, it was just because I was allergic to everything I ate, so I could test my food. And then after a while, you know, when my sister passed in 2010, one day I just was missing her so much, and I just said, Laverne, are you there? And I got a big yes. So I started asking all these questions, you know. But at first I could only ask yes and no. But after I started practicing this, and I've been doing muscle testing for over 20 years now, and I could get where I could ask it any way I wanted to. It wasn't a yes and no. I could say blah, 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 and it'd give me the answer. So I have been doing that, and so excited that I can reach the other side through connecting through muscle testing. But it takes time. It doesn't like you get in here and do it a few times and you're connecting. Now, I worked on this for years, and but I think everybody needs to learn some form of muscle testing. Besides that, I'm a hypnotherapist. I do past and present life regressions, and I do, my favorite is the emotion and the body code. That's where I use kinesiology, and I can look at all your systems. The body code looks at your meridians and your chakras and all your organs and everything, your skeletal system. It will tell you if it needs to drink water. That's what is so neat about this. And they've come out with a new one, body code number 2. So it's even more information, and it's just real exciting. I have to say, these are exciting times for people like us, because it's just, people are ready for new and different things. And so many people are calling me up since I've been off, which has been great, because, you know, they want to know what's going on, but they also say, you know, I can't go to a doctor. Can you check me out? Do you think I've got the virus? I get that all the time, which I can. I can muscle test and tell if someone has a virus. I don't know if it's necessarily that, but I can get close. So anyway, yeah, but I've just been having fun, being off, enjoying it. I don't know, because I can. And I love having the time. I was listening to you say you were on Gaia TV the other day. Do you have Gaia?
We do, yes. And Derek, our lovely friend, has been sending out little snippets because he subscribed to it. So he's been sending out little snippets to clue into on YouTube. And it's fascinating, some of the stuff that you can find on there. The last one I saw was on the hologram, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, I wanted to see that. Was it on YouTube or was that on Gaia?
It was in there's a link to it that I will send you, so I can't speak exactly where that's at. I have a feeling it's on YouTube, but I don't know. I'll send it to you because it's great. It answers all kinds of questions because it all puts it all together. So what I want to tell everybody before we continue with Pam is, if you have a question for her, go right ahead and ask, because since we are able to go live today, don't miss out on asking her a question. You can ask me a question, but why would you? Because here's beautiful Pam. So I do muscle testing also. If I've got my hand doing something else, I do it with my thumb, or I do it like this. And I want her to explain, if she'll just explain a little bit more about the power reflex that you do, though, what you do right here. Because I know sometimes when I work on people, I'll do a couple movements with them, and I always test with my pendulum. I use it all the time. I can tell if what we're doing is getting in there or not, because generally with one movement, we can get in. And let's just say for my work, their pendulum movement is backwards. And I'm always looking at emotions first. So their pendulum movement's backwards, which for me just means something's going on. We got to adjust that. Okay. And I don't care what's going on in the beginning. We want to get in. I tell them to tell me nothing to start out with. So if we do one or two movements and nobody's going anywhere, I know they're almost like switched off. So can you tell about that?
The thing about working with the pendulum is I'm just never really that great at it myself. And it took me 3 months before I could do this and knew that I was really, it was clicking in and when I was doing something. Really, it's just called muscle testing, but I gave it this power reflex method because I think that sounds more important. And it is a power. It's a skill though. Everyone, if you just can't, oh, I'm going to do it 2 or 3 times. You got it. No, you've got to do it and do it. And then all of a sudden, everything you ask, you know, you're getting the right answers. Then you don't have any, you know what, it's so great, you don't have any fear anymore about things because you know you can go figure it out yourself. You don't have to try to, you know, pray and wonder and talk to other people. It's in you. And the more you work with muscle testing anyway, any form, it's going to get stronger, and you know, you're going to get more information, and it's going to get easier, and then you'll get to where you want to ask anything and everything. And you know, I talk to my angels and I'll say, okay, who's there with me? My angel that really works with me when I'm doing my readings is Raphael. He's the healing angel.
Yes.
And because I ask, you know, who's with me, who's working with me, he's always with me, that because he loves that. Because there's stuff that comes through and I'm going, where did I get that information? But anyway, so I know that these angels are there, and they're so thrilled to work with us. And again, I want to go back and talk about the angels, because I would have never been able to do this if I hadn't learned to communicate with them through muscle testing. And it's just fun, and I don't know, it's just you feel happy all the time because you're connected. You feel like you're always connected, and you don't have to worry about anything. But again, with the pendulum, going back to that, I always think about what would happen if you got somewhere and you needed to know something and you didn't have your pendulum. So I think if you do the pendulum, learn some muscle to do muscle testing too. However way you do it, you know, it's great. This way I do is actually, I consider this as an arm.
Okay.
And when I hold my finger really tight, I won't let it go down. That's yes. But if my finger goes down, it's no, just like an arm. Yes, no. So that's all it is. Yes and no, like that. And then you just start asking. But again, at first, with any of these, working with pendulums or with muscle testing, you need to ask yes and no. Just always that way you get a good answer. A lot of people do the sway test. I think that's a good way to start too. Just go on YouTube, honey. There's all kinds of people out there who've got videos up on different ways to muscle test. But again, the angels that, you know, everybody says, I could tell you 12,000 stories about them, and they're everyone has at least 2. I know I have my angel, my guardian angel, my her name is Beautiful Beloved, and that's my super conscious mind. The subconscious mind is her name is Sweet Pea, and she's 4 years old, and all she wants to do is play and have fun. She doesn't want to work. She has loved being off because we have had a blast together. And when I started working with my subconscious mind, and she's like 4 years old, and she said, Pam, you worked all your time. You never play with me. When I started really having a relationship with little Sweet Pea and listening to her every day, and I would get up, okay, what do you want to do today? Where do you want to go? You know, what do you want to wear? I let her dress me every day. I mean, I really have a relationship with her, because to enter the kingdom of heaven, you have to be an innocent child, and that's your subconscious mind. It's so funny. God put that subconscious in us where we has all the answers to everything, but we're always looking out there. So when we tune into the subconscious mind, it will go straight to the higher self, to the guardian angel, to the superconscious mind, which is connected up to your divine, and it will help you. You could just be driving down the street one day and almost have an accident, and you say, "Oh, God, help me." And immediately those angels come in and they start lining everything up so you don't have this accident. I mean, this is how it works all the time. And there is a great little book called Hiring the Heavens by Jean Slater, and she tells you how to work with angels and how to bring them in, and it's so fun. And because they're just there waiting to work with us.
Okay.
I guess the reason I'm talking about angels is because that's what that is to be talked about right now. But they're there waiting to help us all the time. But we live in a free will world. We call them in. But the more you call them in, and you start getting all this help, and honey, we can call in as many as we want. We can fill up the room with 500, 1,000, if we feel we need that help. And the more we work with them, the more we call them in, the more that we honor them and that they are real and they're there for us, then they really do. Then you go, "Oh God, that was scary. That was magical. How did that happen?" And I know it was my angels. And you get this all the time. And of course, now I just program them, and I call him let's see, the other day I had a client, she was stressing over moving, and I said, "Well, call in your real estate angels, honey." Do you know that she did? And about 3 days later, I heard from her, and she said, "I think I found the right angel that's going to help me get me a house," So it's just whatever we need. It's always there. And I guess we think we're all by ourselves because there's no one around, but they are around. And the reason we don't see them because it would scare the bejeebies out of us because they're huge. The angels, they calibrate. See, like in this level, we calibrate. What do you think?
I've lost control, kids.
Uh-huh. But
no, you just cracked me up because you're so stream of consciousness, and I've got like 8 questions for you. I'm going to have to back you up.
Oh, okay. You've got people asking questions?
I do, but mainly it's just me because I need to back you up because there's people that don't understand what the muscle testing is. So let me just back you up for a second.
Okay.
Pam she doesn't need me. She just can talk about this stuff all day, and she's so good at it. So we're going to just let her go, but we want to ask your questions and then also just a little bit more about muscle testing. So when she's waving at you here, she's not waving at you. She's using her finger to muscle test. So my muscle testing is this way with my thumb, or this way with my thumb in a circle. That's right. Easy squeezy basics, okay? Mm-hmm. Or the sway test, what she means, everybody, those who ask the question, what the heck is it? Is let's just say, what do I have? Okay, so I have a glass of water here, okay? And so if this had, let's say, moonshine in it, right? So my body hates alcohol. So if I had this in my hand and I said, "Is this moonshine going to be good for me?" It'd be no. Is this water going to be good for me? Yes. And so you can use that for food. You can use it for anything. You can use it for supplements and vitamins and medication and that sort of thing. But what Pam does, I've never seen anybody else use her finger like that. So she's not waving at you. She's showing you how to do that. So that muscle testing comes from in you. And the reason why she said it takes a few days to get it is you have to get everybody in here to listen to what you're trying to do, right? And she's going to be talking about the conscious, the super conscious, and this is really awesome. So Pam, do you mind if I just ask you a real quick question from somebody here?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Where are we at here? Okay, so Tina wants to know, do my angels have a message for me today? What do I need to know? Boy, that's a big question, isn't it? What does Tina need to know today?
All right. First of all, let me ask if she does have a message for your angels for you today. Says yes, she does. Okay. Okay. Is this regarding money, career, finances? Regarding finances. Okay. Tell her not to worry about finances. Everything's going to work out better than she could even expect. Oh. I just got a big chill on this. And that just to put that aside, that it will be taken care of, whatever is going on. And she's just greatly loved, and she needs to know that.
Boy, she sure is. And you're just thinking about it a little too much, Tina. Don't worry about it. If Pam says it's going to happen, we're going to listen. Okay, so let's see who else. There's another person. Elizabeth or Lizzie wants to know, does her angel have a message for her today?
Okay, well, yes. Okay, is this regarding money, career, finance? Is this regarding a relationship? Is it with a female? No, it is with a male. So something with a male relationship. Is this something having to do with healing? It is having to do with healing a relationship. Something with, is it this her mate? No, it is someone that she knows, though. Maybe someone in the family. So anyway, it needs healing. And, until we can really, that's what we're here to do. I think that the universe just stopped and said, everybody's got to get well. We've got to heal ourselves. We got to quit hating each other and trying to, outdo each other. We just have got to take care of each other. And I think that, we had to have something huge to get us to stop and see what was really valuable and important, But
That's so
anyway,
true.
we're all going to get through this. I know that's what everybody says. Well, how long is this and why isn't it over with? They think, and my angels say they don't know any more than we do, but they do know that we will get on the other side of this. But it's because there's so many things and factors and people's involved. It takes, it can't say, well, yeah, in June the 30th, first, it's going to be over with. No, but everybody is going through their own paradigm shift, not just one big huge. So everybody's dealing with something. It's usually some kind of health something, some kind of accident, or something with money, or it's going to be something that a lesson that we've all have to come in here to learn. If you've been all about money, grubbing and making money, you could have every bit of it ripped out. If you lose it all in the stock market. And I just had a client call me the other day. She said, we've never played the stock market. 7 months ago, my husband put all our retirement in savings, and then he wouldn't pull it out, even though the stock market was going down, and they lost everything.
Oh, goodness.
I know. See, that was his karmic. I know it was something that he has to work on, and right. It's going to be, with me, I fell and sprained my ankle. I mean, I thought it was broken about almost a month ago now. And I'm just now starting to feel like I'm coming back. I mean, that was no fun. But I know that happened to slow me down because I have a heart and fence me in because I want to be out there. I'm this little butterfly and I've got to go check and socialize and stuff. So, but it slowed me down to get me to stop. And I have been looking at everything on Gaia TV and just learning and absorbing and like I'm back in school, and of course something I'm loving to learn. So I see that happened for me, and it wasn't the first time that I've been knocked pretty flat. Say, you're not going anywhere, you need to stop. And so I honored that. But the reason that it happened was because I didn't listen to my intuition. My inner guidance kept telling me, don't go, but I went anyway. And then boom, so
that is what we're doing right now.
But everyone, there's going to be some little something that everyone's dealing with, and just know it's your paradigm shift. What you got to do to get the message, so you can help, so we can help the planet.
That is right.
We got to clean our stuff up.
We have to. Okay, we have two more questions.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, kids. It's what I like to do is I like to listen and look at my beautiful guests, and then I have to read. I have to bring myself back into 3D.
That's okay.
So Carrie, Karie, would like to know, does she have a message? And hello to Brian and to China Girl. Tracy's on, and then Laura. And then there's Denny. There's our friend Denny. She's on, and Jessica. We are so happy. There's Galadriel and Becky. We're really happy that everybody's coming on today. Lots of people for you. People saying, I just love her. I just love her.
Oh, thank you.
So the question is, do I have a message from Carrie?
Okay. Carrie. Well, yes, you do. Is this regarding money? Something with money. Okay, so it's a fear about money. I mean, we've got so much fear going on the planet right now that even if you're not going to worry about money, you're going to pick up somewhere that somebody's got some money issues, and you're going to get it. We're such impasse, and And I do know we forget that a lot of this stuff that we get all scared about is not really our stuff. You know, it could be, if you're living in a house with 3 or 4 people, be their stuff, but you're picking it up. And that was one thing I noticed. I live with my son and my grandsons, and I realized just like a week ago, they don't believe like I do. I mean, I'm like, I don't want to wear a mask. I don't want to even go. I mean, I know because, see, I can muscle test, and if I've got a virus, then I'm on it because I can find, it doesn't have to know what kind it is or whatever, but I do know that I can heal and help people with viruses to get over faster. And I have with 2 people who've had the virus and got them through really fast with, you know, getting their immune system back up strong again. But anyway, I would tell her to make money your honey. Just love that money and know it loves you. It's wonderful. It's a great thing, a great source. And if you just start thinking about it and how happy you are when you have a lot of money, and there's nothing wrong with having money, that it makes the world go round. How do you stop the fear? It's not the money, it's the fear about where it's coming from. You know what I would do? When I get these crazy fear thoughts come in like that now, because so much stuff is coming in and go, oh Lord, what this happened, what that happened. I take my hand and it's tapping, and I just tap the back of my neck, and I say, I release any thought regarding this situation and not absorb it in my subconscious mind. Something like that. Just and then tap. And then that way it didn't stay in your brain, go on and on and on. So you've got to tap that out, you know.
Okay, so I have a question on that. Why do you tap right there? Why is
it's an acupuncture point, and it's right on the governing meridian. I don't know exactly why, but I've been doing it. I've read that was a good thing to do, the way to release them. If you start thinking something scary, you know, tap, tap, I release that. I'm not going to absorb that in my subconscious. And, you know, our subconscious mind, remember, it's just a little child. It believes everything that you tell it. And then we get into the subconscious and the superconscious mind and the conscious mind. See, the conscious mind is your mother. In the Huna philosophy, Hawaiian, she would be called the, oh Lordy, no, not the Amakua, that's the father. Anyway, Uhani, she's the Uhani. The subconscious mind is called the Unapili, and that means grasshopper, because the subconscious is always hopping around with trying to check on everything. But then the Amakua is the father, which is really the guardian angel, the big kahuna, and they call it the utterly trustworthy one. This Amakua means that no matter what, we can trust this presence. And that's the big daddy, you know. And that when I say I need help, anybody, this is all you have to do is just go and you start talking to your little inner child and say, honey, I know you're afraid and worrying about money, this and that, but we're going to take care of this, and you're not alone, and everything. And then as you get into that mode and you start asking for help, immediately she will go and talk to the superconscious mind and say, look, you know, me and Pam, we got a big problem down there. We need some money, you know. And as soon as we make that connection, the answers come, help comes, only if our subconscious mind feels so loved by us, feels so protected and watched over and safe, and we make sure that all her little needs are met and that we're listening to her, because that's what it's all about. It's this little inner child. And when we love it and take care of it, she will take care of us by connecting to the super, the conscious. We consciously cannot reach the superconscious. Now we have to go through the subconscious, the innocent child. Yeah. But the mother, the Amakua, the Uhani, her work is to make sure that a little child is taken care of. And I mean, if you gripe and complain and call her stupid and dummy and ignorant and I can't stand you and you're just a big F up or whatever you want to say, then that stops her, because that affects her self-esteem, and so she doesn't feel like she can go and present her prayer to the higher self. So, I mean, you got to keep this little baby happy and squeaky clean and just petting on her and loving on her and what does she want to do. And Sweepy loves to wear earrings. She picks out the earrings I wear every day. I mean, I can be stark naked and she's wanting to try on earrings. I'm going, well, I got to get dressed, you know. She's noticed put on the earrings. So, and I feel like she just tries to take over sometimes. But she's my girl and I do take care of her. And my life really started working when I better than ever when I acknowledged that I have a little inner child within me, and we all do. Everybody does, and they have their needs. They have things that they want, their desires, and we've got help that we can get, you know, connected. And what happens over a period of time when you really do work with your subconscious and your conscious mind, and you know that you're asking for things and immediately they just show up like magic. Well, that means that you're connected to your divine, and that makes you the kahuna. And you become the kahuna when your subconscious and your conscious mind are working together.
I can guarantee people are not going to forget you today, because Pam is giving you the driveway to pull your car right up to the house. She's saying, listen to that little kid. And, you know, when I open the closet in the morning, I say, what color black do you want to wear, little kid? I'm just kidding you. But you know what I'm saying? Once I started paying attention to my little kid too, what do you want to do today? Do you want to go outside and dig in the dirt? Do you want to, you know, do you want to paint? What do you want to do? And truly, Pam is not kidding. This work that she's done, this is years to figure out. And so start practicing now. Start talking to your inner child. Start learning how to do muscle testing. Get a awesome reading with Pam. We'll connect you up with Pam at the end of this too. I want to say hello to my friend Lloyd. Hi, Lloyd. I'm going to call you, or I will text you. I have you on my list today to text. So hopefully you have a minute for texting with me for a second. And hello to Diane. And so Galadriel has a question. So the question is, will I ever feel as if I belong and find my tribe? Her name's Galadriel.
Well, I'm getting yes that she will feel that she does need to find her tribe, honey. I want you to say her name. Say, I am, how do you say her name?
Galadriel.
Say, I want you to be Galadriel. You're going to be a proxy for a minute.
Okay,
I want to calibrate her.
Okay, I am Galadriel.
Well, she calibrates at 510, which is unconditional love.
Okay.
550 means you're there. So that's how conscious she is. She's how open-minded she is. So she needs to meet, her tribe will have to calibrate in the 500s or she won't be happy. Mm-hmm. She'll be having to lower her vibration to hang out with lower calibrating people, which is, you can do that. This is the way it works. Say, here I am, I'm 600 and calibrating, and I go meet somebody and they're at 500. Well, it's okay. I can lower my vibration and hang out with them for a while, but they cannot raise theirs to be with me. So it's harder for them, a lower calibrating person than you, to be with you. And that's why you don't get along. It's like always fitting a square peg in a round hole. It just doesn't work. So if she will just really put it out there to the universe, say, I want to meet my tribe, and she meets some people that she feels good about, I can calibrate them, and she can see whether she wants to connect up with them, talk to them. It's so much easier. I don't have to worry ever about being in the wrong relationship with someone and that it wouldn't work out, because I know that I'm not going to be with someone that doesn't calibrate high enough for we to get along and to be able to communicate, you know. The best is when two people are like, she's at 510. Anybody she would meet at that level, 510, that would be perfect for her. Don't give up. They're out there.
Absolutely. And she's a wonderful person. So I hope you're still on there. So can you tell me, if somebody wants to research that work is Power versus Force, correct?
Yes, by David Hawkins. Mm-hmm. Start with that book. He's written a bunch of them, but that's the main book. And he has the consciousness scale in there. Remember, it goes from 0 to 1,000. 1,000 is Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, and Those are avatars, you know, they're the biggies. So we fall in line there, but we want to be at least 500 in calibration, because that is getting into unconditional love. And that's what our whole planet is going to have to get up into a calibration. Right now, let me tell you what our planet calibrates at. We're talking about everybody on it. We're at 100, 119. That's if we put us all together. But like when you and I are at these psychic fairs, honey, that whole place is zipping high. We're all in 500 or more. So and people are coming in. We're raising their vibration by them, you know, by raising our vibration. Everybody, people say, well, how do I raise my vibration? How do I become more conscious? Well, you do a lot of self-talk, and you talk to God all the time. You know that you keep a running conversation with this higher presence, and that so you never feel alone. You don't feel separate. That's why we just feel so separate from God. You know that we're probably the only planet that doesn't know God. But as we come into Christ consciousness, as we make this huge paradigm shift, we are all going to know that we're God, little godlings down here, you know, just doing our angel work and making the world a better place. But you know what? I do know that we're on this planet because we like the contrast. I mean, how boring, schmoring that would be if we have happy, goody, fun. No, we have to have some contrast. That's what makes us grow, because we're in school. We're in the low, you know, grade school down here, trying to become better people, become better spirits, better, you know, humans.
Absolutely. Yes,
and
absolutely. And so, wow, that was a lot. That's awesome. Okay, so everybody get that book. And I think, you know, when I read that book a long, long time ago, it really opened my mind as to why I didn't feel happy. I needed to, you know, if my little person could have spoke way back then when I was a little kid, I think my little child would have said, "Run, squirrel, run." And had I been able to run, but then again, you know, I wouldn't be the person I am. So I hung around those folks and then I got away. And so, gosh, thank you. I'm just saying thank you to everybody I've ever come in contact with, because you helped me to figure out, you know, what I needed to do. And then I read the Power versus Force book and I thought, oh, Lordy, there you go. So, and, you know, I always say that I like to have people around me that are smarter, more advanced and better looking than me. So that I can learn all the time. So there's a couple ways to go with that. But seriously, that was an excellent answer for Galadriel, because you do kind of want to get your tribe that's around about the same, so that you challenge one another, and so that you're, you know, you're interested and you're having a lot of fun, because it's all about really having fun. We should be waking up, opening our little eyeballs and saying, thank you for this. Look at this. And going outside and seeing what the holy ones are doing up there. You know, I always look up at the sky and the first thing in the morning. So let's just see. I want to just backtrack 1 second. So Barbara is saying, I met you at the Blue Moon Psychic Fair. That could have been me or you, but I'll bet it's you, Barbara Hall. And Emerald Beloved is on. And so there is a question. I just want to say too, Carrie, I hope you feel better. I tested you out. You look better than you did yesterday. Elizabeth says, how did you learn to trust yourself?
Well, I didn't at first. I would go out to what it was. I was living in Arkansas for a year on a spiritual sabbatical and I kept calling my chiropractor back in Memphis, Tennessee, that's where I'm from. And because I was having all these stomach issues, and he was muscle testing me over the phone and everything. And so he said, Pam, we need to do a workup on you. So I went in back to Memphis. When I was there, he showed me how to do muscle testing instead of pushing the arm down. The reason people have a hard time muscle testing someone when you want to push someone's arm down is most people are not testable. They do not have enough minerals. They're not hydrated enough. So if you know you're testable and you're hydrated good, then you'll always be able to muscle test once you learn it. But it is a skill. It's like, first I started with food. Then I went home and I pulled out everything in my refrigerator and see if there was anything that I shouldn't eat in there, found all kinds of stuff. And then I went in all my beauty products, all my skin, hair, everything. I wanted to know if this was good for me. And then I thought, well, that sounds good. But then I opened up the underneath the kitchen, and there was some Clorox or something, and of course, immediately my finger went down. The thing about the subconscious mind, if I'm 12 feet to you, I can tune in to your subconscious through muscle testing. Your brain will lie about everything. Oh, drink, drugs, smoke. It doesn't care. It just wants to do whatever it wants. But if you ask the body, it would go, wig, oh, I don't like that. It doesn't feel good. So that's how muscle tests work. So that's why when you decide, and you may have to do it over and over, but find one thing and stick to it. Sometimes people say, well, I can't muscle test with my fingers because I have arthritis and everything. Do you know I took this middle finger and placed it on the ring finger, this ring finger, this is connected to your heart, which is connected to the solar plexus, which is where the subconscious is. So we're talking to the heart. And, but for a long time, I couldn't do this. But I didn't give up because I knew that I needed help. Isn't that what pushes us on when we're really suffering and we don't have anywhere else to turn? And that, so that's what I did. And thank God. And it worked, and I called Dr. Borton. He said, "You just not muscle test now." He said, "It took me a whole year to learn this." He said, "You want to learn?" He did it. I don't know. Some people, I know, it was over 3 months. But one day I'm going, I got it. I did it. And I knew it. And I kept asking things, and I knew I was getting the right answer. So, it's just practice, honey. Find one you like to do. Go in and look at the different muscle testing ways to do. Find one that you say, I could do that. The reason I like this is I can put my hand behind me or down some, and no one knows I'm checking them out. I can walk into a room with 50 people in 5 minutes, tell you who's going to lie to you, who's going to be your best friend, who you want to hang out with, It's so easy, so much fun too, and then you're always at the right place, doing the right thing with the right people.
So I nominate you for politics, so that you can go in there and you can tell
me. Honey, I do that all the time.
You know what? I'm here. I'm public. Oh my goodness. I say I do test a few.
Absolutely.
And I have to tell you, a couple have come up a little bit, so you never know what that might be. Walking. Anyway, so I want I want to go back to what you're saying there about the muscle testing. There are different types. So I can't remember who asked that question. The last question. Anyway, anybody can ask me. I've got a bunch of different types because I really wanted to get in there and see. For me, it's the pendulum works great because it's not just yes or no. It's like
if that works, do it. Use what works.
And also now I can just, of course, see, and I can see the guides and they tell me all kinds of stuff just by ear. But I never do let go of the doggone pendulum, because what it does is it teaches the person in front of me how the energy can change. Because if their energy changes negative backwards, and we do a couple movements and suddenly they're flowing the correct way, they're like, wow, I totally have it. I totally have it. And you guys can see that Pam is really good. She's really quick at this. So when you get a reading, she's like, and it's all done. She's got it done. So just believe. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about the emotion code with you, because last time we were on together, you inspired me so much about the emotion code that I went and got the book, got about a third of the way through it. And Master Jesus stepped in and said, I'm going to do it with you. So now he shows me what to do and I do that, and he gives me the stuff. So I really don't know everything about the emotion code yet. And now it's different guides. It's pretty interesting, but I love that technique. Can you just tell us a little bit how you learned it and what you do and what this means?
Right. Okay. All right. Well, the emotion code is the first thing that I read the book. As soon as I did, I thought, well, I can do this because I can muscle test. And that's all it requires in the emotion code, is to be able to use your pendulum or muscle testing. And it has charts in there. And I'll show you right here. Here is one of the charts. And first of all, I would say, okay, what row? All right, let's do you.
Okay.
If you have an emotion, it says yes, you do. Let's see where it comes in. It comes down here to the 5th row, and not this one, but here come wishy-washy. Says you've been feeling wishy-washy about something.
Wishy-washy. That's perfect.
I know, yeah. Okay, is there another one? Says, yes, there is. So I'm going to go, is it in row 1, 2, 3, 4, row 4, column A? No, column B. See, when I said column A, my finger went down and said, no, it's in column B. Depression, frustration, taken for granted. I don't know a woman that doesn't feel taken for granted. We do everything for everybody. I don't know. Is
old though, because I used to feel that all the time. So you probably got residual of stuff about that.
Well, let's see. Let's go back in time. When did this come on? You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, 6 days ago. So this something came on 6 days ago where you felt someone's taking you for granted. You probably were feeling unsupported. Those two usually go together.
Okay.
Yes, both of them. And the wishy-washy. So something came up and you were feeling unsupported, and then you started feeling taken for granted. Then you said, well, maybe I should forgive them, or maybe it's okay, and maybe they're right. That's the wishy-washy,
Okay.
Trying to, figure it out. But again, the wishy-washy is about setting boundaries. So,
I know what you mean. I got it. Okay, go ahead. I got it.
All right. Okay. Well, all right, good. So you have to say this happens, so you would set that boundary. So what I do is, and we're all magnetic, so you can use a magnet. I have magnets, or you can just use your hand, and just you start here. You're going down. This is the governing meridian. The conception meridian comes up the front, and down the back is governing. So take a deep breath, and let's blow off wishy-washy.
Okay.
And we'll clear it right now. Infinite love and gratitude, infinite love, infinite love, infinite love. Did we clear it? Says, yes, we did. Now, taken for granted, let's blow it off. Infinite love, you can use it with your hand, infinite love and gratitude. Always move it over the body. This is giving your subconscious mind a signal that we're getting ready to release this. We don't need this anymore. Unsupported, blow it off. Infinite love and gratitude, infinite love, infinite love. Is there anything else? Said no, that was it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And that wishy-washy thing?
Yeah.
That's because I try to talk myself out of feeling something. So thank you for telling me, create that boundary and stand in it. So, so somebody else wants a little something here.
Okay.
So you know what, Lizzie, it doesn't matter. I want you to ask that question. That's a beautiful question. She says, did I ask too many? But I'd love to have Pam take a look at your health issue. So Lizzie, I hope I can say this out loud, but I think you'll probably pick up on it. She's got a health thing.
Okay, Lizzie. Well, then you need to be Lizzie so I can look her up. Say, I'm Lizzie.
I am Lizzie.
Okay. Right, let me see. I'm pulling up the BodyCode just so you'll kind of know what this is. This is like on my iPad, and it's got all the systems to look at everything that's going on in your body. So, Lizzie, let's see. What's showing is the skeletal system, and well, there's something going on with her lower limbs, with her feet. I don't know. No, I don't know what.
It's not what she's talking about there, but it might be. I just don't know. She might have several things, but she's looking for, does she have a heart issue?
Well, let's see. That would be the first thing. I can go right to that. Okay. All right. She's taking me to her organs. We're going in here to her heart. Her heart is showing. Okay. Now, all the organs calibrate to a certain number. And all of them are 10, except the heart is 12 and the brain is 14. So right now, her heart is calibrating at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's not 12. So she is. She's got something going there. But what she's got is she's got some trapped emotions. Let's see what they are. And if we can clear those, then see if we can get her calibration of her heart up higher. Vulnerability. She feels something vulnerable. Is that a heart wall? Yes, it is. Let's go back in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 years old. Something with her mother. Something with her father. No, she was in school. It was with the teacher. Something happened in the second grade that made her feel very vulnerable. Whatever, who knows what was going on then. But the subconscious mind, to protect her, put a wall up made of wood, stone, steel that's 5, 6, 7 foot thick. So, because that's a heart wall. So when we do the clearing, we're going to take this heart wall down because this is something that is blocking the flow to her heart. And let's see if there's anything else. Is that the only one that's showing? Yeah, just that one. All right. Well, let's clear it off. Take a deep breath. We're going to release feeling vulnerable. Infinite love and gratitude, Holy Spirit. Infinite love, infinite love, infinite love. Okay, now I want to calibrate you and see where you are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11. 11. So we got up to 11. She's just one away, so that she's not too far off, but she's, does she take stuff for her heart?
That I'm not sure, but
well, I'm getting she's got palpitations, skipping beats. So that might be that was one of the things that was showing. So that would make her feel nervous. Does that have anything to do with her adrenals or kidneys? No, just her heart. Okay. Her blood's happy? Yeah, blood's happy. I say, are those organs happy? Is there any other organs that need to be looked at this time? So no, that's pretty much the heart. But there was something showing up with the feet.
Okay.
Said she maybe has something going on there.
Yeah, I just don't know, but bless you for doing that. And she's a very special person that I know is going to be out there helping people. And she already does. She already does help people. LaDonna says hi, and that might be a first-time listener for you. Love to see you. And Tina and cousin John is on. And gosh, this is awesome. So Carrie that we were working with last night, Carrie and her mom said she feels better. Yahoo, that makes me happy. That is so great. So if anybody else needs to ask questions, pop on there pretty darn quick, because we could talk to Pam all day, but I'm sure she has stuff to do. So what she always makes me excited about working with the body. There's nothing more exciting, because human beings, you just can't figure them out, but this helps a lot.
Well, it does. You know, when I first started learning how to do the body code and the emotion code, and I was, I learned how to work with the body's reflexes before I ever learned the emotion or the body code. These doctors were teaching me, the one that taught me how to muscle test. He just worked with all these reflexes. We have hundreds in the body. And so we just go and see where there's a hot spot. And if I pointed to your heart and my finger went down, okay. Also, she needs to know that when we're talking about any kind of heart wall means you have trouble giving and receiving love. So she needs to work on whatever that is that she is able, and most times we're giving too much, we don't know how to receive.
Aha.
So that makes our heart ache, honey.
Yes, it does. And also, I just want to tell everybody, some of the folks I can't see because I'm sort of doing between phone and computer. So I just want to say hi to our beautiful Wanda out there. So everybody send some beautiful love to Wanda today for her little foot. And I see Jackie's out there. You know what this podcast reminds me of is, I don't know if everybody grew up with JP Patches. Was it JP Patches? I think, who was the one that said, if it was a birthday, look in the washer, the dryer, that's where the birthday present was. That's what I want to do. I want to be JP Patches, metaphysically speaking. So everybody that's playing along with us right now, if there is someone out there that that would be a great guest for me, because in the next few weeks we want to bring on people that will inspire and teach and just give out as much love, hopefully, as, of course, Pam's quite the love giver. I don't know if anybody's as much as she is, but that's what we want to do. We want to give out love and help people. So if you know somebody who just desperately needs to be on, please to let me know. Please do not forget to share this and to like this, and also to subscribe to the YouTube, which is Metaphysical Meltdown, everybody. My goal is to get up above Metaphysical Milkshake of all things. So I just want to say, before we ask Pam for her last statement and we go one more question or two, I just want to say the Coolio people we've got coming on. So we have the Cannabis Ladies on Monday, and I'm not kidding you. They're going to be talking about their type of cannabis products that are really fabulous. People just love this stuff. And they're going to tell you all about it. That will be Brooke and Deb. And then we will be talking with Derek Condit, and he is everybody knows Derek. He has Metaphysical Wares with his wife, and it's over there up north. And so he'll be talking about shungite and every other thing. Because anytime we ask him a question, he'll say, "Oh, I can talk about that." So he's just great. He's like Pam. Boy, they just can say all kinds of stuff, and it's all fascinating. Then we have Marty Melville on Wednesday, and we're going to be talking about her connection in regular Muggle healthcare, and then being a psychic intuitive, and how that kind of fits together, and how she knows what she knows. And it's going to be fascinating. She and I were on a phone call the other night, and we said, that's what we want to talk about. So it's something new and different you haven't heard before. Then we're going to be talking next week to Lola Singer, and she is always great. She is, what she does is she does light codes in song and in art. And she is just fascinating. She has beautiful, beautiful art. She's also a tarot teacher, and she reads tarot. And then we also have tonight, I'll tell you the rest next time I'm on. More people coming up, lots more people. Don't forget, tonight is free Reiki with me on Zoom. So you go to my page, or you can go to Hands of Light and get on with me at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for freebie GB 12th dimensional Reiki. I also want to talk about Hands of Light for just a second. Myself and Ann Mukherjee created this Facebook page, and it's non-denominational. It's just praying. Lots of healers, beautiful people. We work with folks all the time. It's a peaceful place to come in. So there's no politics, no baloney. It's just a place to hang out and be supported right now. So I just want to ask, would you mind just one more question?
Yes, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, honey. You know how that is.
That's right. Oh gosh, you know what? You have a couple more. Okay, so let's look at, could you just answer the question, if you would, for Barbara? Her fiance Mark he thinks he might have an ulcer. Does he have an ulcer?
Can
Barbara?
I ask that? Well, say I'm Barbara, but she's got, see, we're being each other's proxy, and we have to have permission. Like, I know you have permission talking to these people. They've got the question.
Yep.
Did we have his permission for me to answer this question?
So go ahead and ask that, Barbara, please. That's a line that we all draw. We cannot heal anyone that is not directly in front of us.
Right, because they may say, I don't need anybody knowing about that. You know?
Yeah, and it goes beyond our ethics, actually. So let's look at LaDonna while she's getting back to us. Let's look at LaDonna. She's been through so much death in the last 7 months. She lost her husband 7 months ago, and her dad was killed in a car accident a month ago. Does her angel have a message? LaDonna.
You know what? The first thing that came into my mind, there's a wonderful book by this medium. Her name is Echo Bodine, and she's from LA, but she's been doing this medium stuff for 50 years. She's written a wonderful book, one of the best ones I've ever written. I think what I'm getting is she needs to have more information about what was going on with them when they left, what they were thinking, where they're going, and what's going on while they're there. And her book is so, I mean, you know, I've been looking at death and dying for about 30 years now, and reading everything, and I love what she shares. It's that you can go to Amazon. I mean, what's coming in, this is what I'm showing up. I think that, first of all, we got to stop thinking that there was an accident. It was time. And you know what, many times people don't realize it. They can be running around saying, oh God, I hate my life, wish I was dead, I'm not happy, I don't feel good, I hate to get up every day, I'm sick of this. Well, eventually your subconscious mind will say, okay, you're out here, sit, and we're gone. They have to be really careful about what we put into the subconscious. So not knowing what was going on. With her father, I feel that he was just tired, and he was ready. And you know, that is the best blessing we can do, is to allow them to their suffering, and you know, and missing them like crazy. But tell her, if she wants to learn how to connect with him, I can teach her how.
Absolutely. And I have an offer for you, LaDonna, also. I've tried to connect with you on Messenger, but you sort of only met me once in brief passing with the UFO festival, but I reached out to you and said I could help you. And I don't do that very often, but you were so nice to me. You allowed me to move my booth. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I met great people today.
Yeah, so every once in a while I reach out. So LaDonna, if you would like to work with me, your energy could use an adjustment. Okay, and so what I was smiling about when you were talking to her is I was smiling at my friend Lloyd, who does somewhat similar work to you. And he said, Mary, Pam's clearing work on you raised your level of consciousness 20 points. And I have to say, Lloyd charges $1 a point. I think I owe somebody 20 bucks. When I met him, I took a picture. He's got this really great face, and he was like this over by his sign. It said, consciousness points raised $1 a point. And I thought, how many dollars do I have? I'm going. And this guy is great. He does similar work, but not. Do you know Lloyd Zimmerman?
I feel like I do.
Oh, he's lovely. He is lovely. Okay, so we want to go back. Oh, so Mark, the husband of Barbara. Mark is cool for you to say.
Okay. Well, let's see what's going on with Mark. You say I'm Mark.
I am Mark.
Okay, let me look at his.
Do I have an ulcer?
Do you have an ulcer? Something showing here. The stomach is showing, absolutely. Didn't say ulcer. Let me see what it does say. It does say ulcers. He's got an ulcer. Okay. Well, you know, ulcers, they come from guilt is the biggest reason ulcers happen. And worry and concern about things. And when you get your stomach messed up, this is when you get into that wishy-washy, having a hard time making decisions. The stomach just goes crazy. Wow. I think that let's clear off some emotions and see if we can get his stomach right now is calibrating. It's supposed to be 10. He's at 5, 6, 7, 8. He's at 8. So let's see if we can clear some emotions off. Worry, that's the first one. Okay. And lack of control. That's what is wrong. He feels out of control like we all do. And men have a worse time, I think women do, about that one. And we got to be in control of everything. Well, all right. Mark, I'm going to blow this off of you. Take a deep breath and blow it off. Worry. Infinite love, Holy Spirit. Infinite love, infinite love. Let's release lack of control. Infinite love and gratitude. Infinite love, infinite love. No, he needs to remember that he is God's precious child. Just like we all are. And he's forgetting that God loves him and has got a plan for him, and he hasn't forsaken him, and he hasn't given up on him. And he needs to just put that worry aside and know that there is a higher power that's in control of everything. Mm-hmm. But we will give it a try. Okay, God, you go ahead and fix it. You're not doing it too fast enough. Come on, let me see if I can fix it. So he needs to give it to God. And every day, if he has to do it, and tell him to do a lot of self-talk. He needs to start talking God's language, which is all about love. And loving his body and loving his stomach. And tell him to definitely, he has an ulcer. He might need some medication. I mean, there is great medicine for ulcers. I mean, yes. Really, doctor's medicine. And might get him better faster. If he hasn't been to check that out, I would definitely tell him to go to a doctor on the stomach. You know, wow. I've had stomach issues for years. But anyway, let's see what he's calibrating at now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he's got to 9, but he's not a 10. So he's still he needs help. He needs some outside help that he needs to go to the pharmacy or go somewhere and say, you know, yeah, there's all kinds of good stuff.
Thank you so much. You know, husbands are funny things, you know.
They don't want to take anything.
Well, no, but you know, I said something to my husband today. I said, I want to go do this. And he said, we don't have to do everything together. And I said, well, there's a funny thing. Didn't you say 2 words? And the way I was going was, I do, right? When we got married, he said, are you talking about codependent? He hoisted me by my own petard there. Okay, so what Tina wants to know, Tina, Is my true love mate near? Will we meet?
Yes, it is. I'm getting absolutely positive that. And when are you going to meet? Is it in the next month, the next 2 months, the next 3 months? 3 days, 3 weeks.
Oh, so
someone coming in 3 weeks. Yeah.
So watch out. Might be the Amazon man. You don't know, or a woman. We're
right.
open, kids. We don't know. Okay. Oh, happy birthday to Kisa. Tomorrow she'll be 3. Happy birthday to Kisa. Okay. All right. And people are giving me folks to talk about. Awesome. Okay. That's great. Wait, and I think, so Angel, my friend Angel wants to know, are there any angels around? Oh, there's angels around Angel. What does Angel want her to know?
Well, she has 3 angels.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Is it Michael? Is it Gabriel? Uriel. Mm-hmm. Uriel is one of her angels. Uriel is the angel that stands in front of us. Mm-hmm. And he makes sure that we don't get conned into things. He's great for people who are gullible, because he makes sure that, we don't get caught up in stuff that we don't need to be. So he's always there watching out for us. He's in front. Ariel is her second angel. Uriel, Ariel, Raphael, Metatron. So those are her 3 angels. Yeah. Metatron, of course, is the angel that stands next to God. So he's a heavy duty.
Yes.
I remember one time years ago, my sister Laverne decided in meditation she was going to connect up with Metatron. And so later on I said, well, what'd you feel? What was it like? I felt like a slug. She said it was like I had no energy. I just wanted to fall asleep all day. And I said, really? She said, I've never felt like I said, he said he has heavy medicine. So anyway, so Metatron he's big. But the message, what would, well, they said that she's just not calling in enough, that they're there, they want to work with her. She knows it, but she has got to do it every day. And you don't even have to believe it at first, but after you start, tell her to get that little book, Higher in the Heavens, because it tells you all the angels, how to work with them, who to call in for what, when you need something special. It's great. She just takes it to another level.
Very good. Okay. So Barbara says, thank you. She's marrying him on winter solstice. Awesome. Tell him to stop thinking. I can help with that. There's our dear Joni and Edie. Oh, that's awesome. And my beautiful Marty and Julie. So the thing is, kids, is we've already been on longer than we thought. And so I'm going to have to stop here. Some people are still asking questions. It's funny, people still ask questions from old shows, which I can't do anything about. So you guys have to keep popping on. It's going to be every day at around 1-ish, 2-ish, whenever the Holy Ones step in and say it's going to be a metaphysical meltdown, kids. So save your questions and we will answer them on the next show. Lots of people coming up. And I just want to thank you, Pam, so much. You are always the best. You are a total pro. Obviously, Pam's done this a lot. You used to have a podcast, didn't you? Or radio?
For 5 years, I had Cosmic Contacts, and I've started a new podcast. I've only put one thing up, but I'm working on it. And I'm going to be putting out some videos. I'm going to talk a lot more about the subconscious and how to work with it, and the superconscious mind and how it all works together. And because people want, and I want to teach people how to do this. I kept saying, angels, how can I help? And they said, teach them how to muscle test.
Yeah.
I get that all the time. Teach people how to muscle test. Then you get your own, then you feel connected, and you will feel connected to your divine.
And that's the difference between connection and control. We're not in control, kids. You're not. So everybody just on the worrying and sit back and drink your water. Have a really great day. Go outside and look at the clouds. There's so much to do. This is a beautiful day. Blessed Beltane for you believers out there. Everybody else, happy May Day. So thank you so much, my dear Pam, and I will be talking to you again, I hope. You'll come back.
Can I give them some information about me?
Oh, yes, I almost forgot. Yes,
that's
go ahead.
Okay. Well, all right. You can easily reach me at angelworks22@hotmail.com. That's angelworks22@hotmail. And you can message me. You can go friend me on Facebook.
Yes.
And I will be happy to bring you in. And but yes, call me if you have any questions and you want to learn how to work with your angels, because it's amazing. I have the best life. I don't worry about things anymore. And people think I live in some airy fairy la la land, but that's okay. I'm happy here.
That's beautiful. I'm so glad you jumped in and said that, because usually it's all about people's information and I forget to tell them to subscribe. So today it was on my mind. You got to tell them, and I almost forgot yours. So thank you again, Pam. And thanks everybody. We love you.